Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna, and if this is your first time watching, welcome. I have been content creating for about 10 years and on YouTube for, I don't even know how long I've been on YouTube, but pretty much always talking about handbags, accessories, and sometimes some vlogs. So yeah, we're gonna get into it today. This is my first sit down video in a little while that isn't an unboxing or a collection video. And I wanted to talk about and hop on this little trend that's been going on that I've seen a few of my favorite YouTubers do, called To All the Bags That I've Loved Before. And I probably at this point owe you a new updated handbag collection video, even though I feel like I just did one, but it's changed quite a bit. I've gotten rid of a lot of handbags and we're going to talk about it. At this moment, I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I probably have around like 15 to 20 handbags. Most of them are at this moment designer. I have two Tory Burches left. Three, but I'm in the process of selling one, and then I have a few Kate Spades left. I'm in the process of selling one of those, and then the rest are Louis, Chanel, Prada, and Gucci. And I don't say that to be braggy. I think that I'm just at a place where I used to feel like the more bags I had, the better off I was, and I just don't feel like that anymore. I'm at the point where I'd rather have like one type of handbag in each category and each color, or like have a small, basically I'd rather have a smaller collection but more high quality handbags, and like handbags that I'm loving and using all the time versus handbags that are sitting on my shelf because I don't want to get rid of them. And it's been a little harder, I think, to get there just because I always wanted the bags that I have. Like, I've always wanted a Prada Galleria. I've always wanted a Chanel bag. I always wanted the Pochette Métis. So now I have those like dream bags, and it's like I'd rather have my dream bags than hold on to bags that are no longer serving me, even though they're like contemporary designers, you know? So that's what it is. So I have my handy dandy iPad, and I'm gonna go through my Poshmark. I sell most of my bags on Poshmark. Some I have sold on Mercari and some I have sold on eBay, but for the most part I sell them on Posh. And my Poshmark will be linked down below because, like I said, there's a Kate Spade handbag, and I'll link the video of that Kate Spade handbag. I think I'm selling the Olive Drive Brigitte that I got last August. And really, I used that bag a ton in like August, September, October last year. Then I got, I think it was last year that I got the Stony Clover mini cozy tote. I think that was last year. So, and I used that all winter. And then I got my Kate Spade Knot satchel, which I love, and I use that bag. That's probably like my most used bag in my collection, and I'm constantly reaching for it to the point where like the Olive Drive Brigitte, I don't like the middle compartment that doesn't go all the way to the center down to the bag. Like, if I'm gonna have a bag that has multiple compartments, I want them to actually be multiple compartments so things aren't falling under. So I'm getting rid of that bag. If you want it, it's on my Poshmark for a decent price. So let's go through my stuff. Okay, so first up, my most recent bag that I sold is the Tory Burch Lee Radswell double bag. I had this bag for, I think I bought it in June, and I think I bought it, or maybe even July. I bought it right before I bought the Chanel bag, the most recent Chanel, the beige one, and the Prada bag. And I've wanted this bag forever. Like, I've wanted this bag ever since I first saw it. And then when I got it, I wasn't in love with it. And then I used it and I was like, okay, I can get on board with this. But then I was like, I like this bag, but I kind of wish it was a YSL. And for the price, I could have bought a YSL. So I was like mad at myself. And that almost like turned me off to the bag completely. I had tried to sell this bag like 3 times before. And people kept canceling the order because for some goddamn reason, I could not find the dust bag that it came with. I like people wanted the Tory Burch dust bag. Finally, I sold this on eBay a few days ago. Cross my fingers that they like accept the bag, but I bought it pre-loved. I bought it new with tags on eBay. And I just like, I don't know. It was like, the bag was stunning, but it was odd. Like, there was a lot of material in the bag. Let me see if I could get some other pictures. Like, you could see it's like it was beautiful, but it also once again had that swoop. Like, you had the center compartment, but it didn't go all the way down, so things were just falling out of it. And this is what it looks like, and I love, like, it was giving like Birkin vibes, but I really want a YSL Sac de Jour, so that's why I sold it, because I really want the YSL version. And like, they were like, that Tory Burch bag's expensive. It's over $1,000. I didn't pay over $1,000, but I just like wasn't feeling it. So that was the first bag I sold. Then I sold my Kiana, I don't know how to pronounce it, structured leather tote. And I'll try to insert actual pictures because I know like you're getting a reflection, but the bag was huge. This was like the largest tote bag I'd ever seen or held, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling of it. I didn't like that it was so big, and it wasn't very light. Like, it was a heavy bag, and it was just too heavy for me to carry back and forth to work. Like, I'd rather use my Neverfull. So I like immediately got rid of it once I realized like it wasn't working for me. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting like a lightweight, buttery, delicious leather, and it just wasn't that. And it was just too big. It felt a little bulky under my arm. Like, I feel like the strap drop could have been longer. And it just, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't have it very long either, maybe like 2 months. So I wasn't into it. The next bag that I sold was my Tory Burch Kira Chevron bag. Once again, I wanted this bag so much when it first came out. I bought it pre-loved from Poshmark. I think it was new with tags, or it was like never used and had like one little mark inside. And I used this bag quite a lot, but I think I sold it to fund my Chanel bag, because that was always the case. I bought this Tory Burch bag to satisfy the Chanel shoulder bag that I wanted. Obviously, like, you have the quilting, you have like the size, the flap. It's a very similar vibe. So when I decided that I was going to buy the Chanel Diana, I was like, okay, I will get rid of this to fund that. But I still do really like this bag, and it honestly has like taken a lot in me to not just buy it in like a different color. Because it is a beautiful bag, and Tory Burch's bags are just so well made, and like the leather is so smooth and buttery. The hardware is so gorgeous. But I just rather have the Chanel at this point. then I sold, and I had been wanting to sell this for a while. This was an older bag. This was the Marc Jacobs East West Tote. I loved this bag and I used it so much, and part of me is regretting it right now because it was a very good work bag. And as I look at this, I am regretting it a little bit because I've been having some issues with my work bag situation. Like I said, I've been using my Neverfulls. But I carry a laptop, I carry my lunch, I carry a notebook, I carry like 2 Stony Clover pouches, one filled with like hand lotion and tissues and my inhaler and like some medicine, like all this stuff, and then the other one carries my snacks because I'm a child. And I just feel like I need a bigger bag. So like I've been looking at the GM, the Louis Vuitton GM size. I've been looking at some Kate Spade totes. Like I kept going back to the Neverfull, and I don't want to derail this video. I kept going back to the Neverfull because it's lightweight, it carries a lot, it looks chic, and it's just an easy work bag. But now that I'm thinking about this bag was light, and it fit everything because it was deep. It wasn't too wide, it was very deep. And I think probably one of the reasons I sold it was because it was pink. And I just wasn't like feeling the pink vibes, even though like I love pink, but I don't know if I wanted a pink bag. But it is a stunning bag, and now I'm kind of regretting it because I feel like it would be a good work bag. I sold the Tory Burch Perry bag that I had, which is odd because I was looking at this on Poshmark this morning as a work bag, but this was after I realized this. I sold July of last year, July of 2021, and this bag was kind of I don't really know why I sold it. I think I really just wanted the Neverfull. I think this was too unstructured for me. That's what it was. It was so soft and like so like you could kind of just like smush it together. It didn't hold its shape when there was not a lot of stuff in it. And also at the time, this was still in the middle of the pandemic, and I wasn't using work bags or tote bags for that matter, and I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was just like, I don't need this tote bag. I'm getting rid of it. Here we are. I sold the Rebecca Minkoff Edie Flap backpack. I bought this on Poshmark. I barely used it. I sold it for cheap. I sold it for $38. I made no money on that. I just didn't like it, and I think I decided that like I just really didn't like the backpack, and like I was trying to satisfy a Chanel need here, and I just didn't vibe with the backpack. And I have 2 backpacks in my collection right now. They're mini Kate Spade backpacks that I can wear as crossbodies or shoulder bags, so it doesn't feel backpacky. But this is it just wasn't my thing, and I was like trying to make it my thing, and it just wasn't. Again, I was satisfying a Chanel need. This is the Rebecca Minkoff Becky backpack. I bought this on Poshmark as well, and it went like right back. I don't think I ever used this bag. Just wasn't into it. Another Tory bag. I wanted this for work, but it just wasn't big enough. This is the Marsden tote. I bought this on Poshmark as well. And I want to be the type of person who can use a handbag as a work bag, but I'm not that type of person, and I kind of have to just accept that. And as I'm saying this out loud, I'm realizing like I should probably just stick with the Neverfull, or maybe like see about the YSL shopping tote, because, or even like as I'm saying that out loud, as I literally just said that, I'm thinking, well, that's very similar to the Tory Burch Perry bag. So it's like, if you want a bag that's going to hold its shape, like just stick with what you know. I'm always trying to think outside the box, and I just can't do that. because it's just not working out for me. So yeah, there was a lot of, I don't like when these bags have a lot of like lining in them, like, and because then it gets like, it just gets like crowded. Like there's no need to have so much lining coming out of the bag. Other bag that I sold, which I get questions about all the time because I did a video of that and I think it has a lot of views, is the Rebecca Minkoff Edie Flap in gray with silver hardware. I thought I really wanted a gray bag, and then I realized I didn't. And I realized that I really don't like silver hardware on bags. And it was also very difficult to get in and out of, especially if it was empty, because it had this little hook, but then it also had a snap. So you would have to unhook it, unsnap it, and then like dig deep. And this, I sold this around the time I got the Tory Burch Kira Chevron, which the bags are identical, and I liked the Kira Chevron more. The spade bag that I sold was the All Day large tote. I think I had it in like a beige color, and I sold that because I think I just wanted to get rid of it. Like, I think it was the similar thing with like the other Tory totes, is that I was just using my Neverfull, and I had like kind of just, I would use the Neverfull, I'd go to another tote and I'd be like, no, it's not the same, I need my Neverfull. So I think that's what it comes down to with totes, and I sold them because I'd rather use my Neverfull. Some other Kate Spade bags that I can just think of off the top of my head, I sold the Make It Mine Flap Birdie because they had stopped making that, and I just like, it wasn't like the biggest bag, and I was felt like I was kind of growing out of Kate Spade at that time, so I got rid of that. I sold the Coach Cassie, which I think I talked about in the comparison video, because I got that to see if I would like a push-up Matisse, and I did. I loved the Coach Cassie. I think it's still a great bag, but I sold it because I had the push-up Matisse and I didn't need it anymore. Where was I? Oh, Tory Burch. I sold the Fleming tote, the pink one, because I didn't use it all summer, and that is like my summer bag, and I realized like, no, like I'd rather just like have the money, and like kind of just like get rid of a bag that I'm not using. I sold the Tory shoulder bag because I had bought the Chanel Diana, and that had like replaced it. That Tory Burch Fleming bag I had gone back and forth with a lot on selling. It was the black bag, and I'll link these videos. If I have videos about these bags, I'll link them below. I just felt like, okay, like I have my black Diana. That's why I got the Tory Burch Fleming, was to replace a Chanel. So now that I have the Chanel, I'm gonna get rid of the Tory Burch. I think that might be it. Oh, I sold like a bunch of Kate Spade. If you go back to like the 2018 handbag collection, which I'll link, I sold that Kate Spade Wink felt bag, which, because of the Neverfull, I kind of feel like I want that back. Maybe I'll see if I can find it, because that was a good work bag. It was big, it was roomy, it was structured, it kept its shape. It was the perfect work bag, and I kind of think I want it back. I sold another Kate Spade bag, which was the blue, the color block blue and black. I used that bag a lot. It was like, it felt like a shoulder bag shrunk down with a crossbody strap. I used that bag so much, but it was kind of just at the point where it was like, I wasn't reaching for it. I have like other crossbodies, both Kate Spade and Tory Burch, that I reach for more. So I figured I'm just gonna get rid of it. Oh, I sold the can you see it? I sold the Kate Spade Mini Cameron because I just wasn't using it. It was a very small bag. I sold the large Cameron from Kate Spade that had the, wow, I looked young. Oh my god, this is sad. I sold the perforated rose Cameron because I think I was just like, I wasn't using it, I was growing out of it, and I sold the Kate Spade Maisie because I wasn't using it. Really, that's like what it comes down to, is like, I sold a lot of these bags because I wasn't using them. I felt like I had grown out of them, and I had found other replacements. Oh my God, why do I keep looking over at the side? It's so annoying. And as I said before, I think I was just at a place where I had started buying more expensive bags, the bags I have always wanted. I still have my Kate Spade. And like I said, I have 2 Tory crossbodies. I have a black Tory crossbody that I bought 2 years ago, black, on Cyber Monday, and it's one of my most used bags. It's so perfect. It's just the tiny little black Tory, and it's perfect because I'm not the type of person that, I've loved Kate Spade and Tory Burch for so long, and they were like the bags that I really grew up on and taught me like about like how much I love bags and which bags I like and which bags I don't. So it was like, I don't want to feel like I'm giving up on them. It just sounds so weird. But yeah, like, I like my designer handbags, and I always have and I always will. But sometimes if I see a Kate Spade bag that I really like, I'm gonna buy it. Even if it feels like similar to something I have or something like that. Like, I'm looking at a few. I really want the Manhattan tote from Kate Spade, but also I don't know if it would work out for work or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see. But that was a very long, chaotic video about all the bags I've loved, sold, and why. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Go head over to my blog, royallypink.com. Follow me on TikTok. All my social media is linked below. And like I said, I'll see you in my next one.